Oh, hey everyone, Scotty here. We're gonna play some Power Rangers Legacy Wars because Power Rangers are awesome. Well, I still like the Power Rangers anyway. I'm even sporting them on the shirt. And belt buckle, Green Ranger. Gotta represent the Green Ranger. It's my favorite. Okay, so second attempt at recording here. First one was botched a little bit, but I'm gonna attempt to go through the same things as I did before. We will start out by explaining the concept. Basically, it is a player versus player based combat game, and I'll show you a little bit of the gameplay in a little bit, but first we're going to go over the characters, how the system works. You have leaders and assists. Leaders are profile icons with nifty little edges there, and assists are the ones with the plain Jane square profile icons. So, that being said, there are three different types of characters, and we have balanced type. If you go up and towards the top of the info board here, class is balanced. This particular character, the rarity is common. You also have your talent page, which I'll go over in a minute, and an info page, which I'll also go over. If we go back to the abilities page, it shows what Power Rangers they are from. This is obviously from the new 2017 Power Rangers, and if you click the little info button next to it, it gives you a bit of background information on whatever character that you have selected. Jason, Red Ranger, and his background. Each type of character generally gets 2 primary attacks and 2 special attacks. That is the leader characters, the one that you will be playing as while you are combating others. So you get 2 primary attacks, 2 special attacks. Those are different for each character. Jason's 2 primaries are strikes, and his 2 specials are split. He has 1 breaker type, which is denoted by the red outline and the icon next to the word special, and the other special is another strike. The combat system works based on a kind of rock, paper, scissors sort of concept. There are 3 types. There are breakers, which beat defensive moves. Defensive moves include blocking, and blocks beat strike moves, because strike moves are fast but weak, or weaker, and strikes beat the breakers because they're quicker than the breakers and can interrupt them. But again, and it's somewhat time-based too. Like if you have a strike going and somebody else has a breaker going, that breaker will swipe right through the strike and you will not deal any damage. The person casting the strike will deal damage, however, and if you're on the receiving end, it will suck because it just does. But say you both strike at the same time, whichever one lands first, you're the winner. Same thing with the breakers and defensive moves. Unless you're both blocking, then nobody deals any damage. You just both stand there blocking like a couple of hosers. Okay, so I'm going to use my own main team as an example here. I have Lord Drakon, legendary character. That was a very proud moment for me. Spending all of the power crystals that I had, basically, to get enough shards to unlock him. Yes, very proud. Of course, I am still sitting at level 1. I have not accrued any more shards for him since, because they're legendary and they're difficult to come by. But his attacks, he has 2 strikes and 2 breakers. I like that balance. I do not get a whole lot of chances to block often while I'm in combat, but you win some, you lose some. I don't know if you're familiar with the character or not, and I was not myself beforehand, but he is from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but he is not from the show. If you look in his info tab, he is actually from the comic book series that I was not fully aware of, but now I am, and I am fairly interested. So that's something I'm probably going to look into. Don't know about you. However, we will first go into the talent tab, and the talent tiers are based on your character level. So I have available to me all of these extra talents in the level 1 tier. I will not get to the level 2 tier until I gather enough shards to level him up. So we'll go, and you can level up all of the various stats: health, damage, armor, which reduces damage taken, obviously. In order to get these, 2 requirements must be met. First, they are all unlocked based on character. You need to have a certain character in order to unlock the related stat boost. And that character must be at the appropriate level. For Lord Drakon, you only really need Lord Drakon for most of these, so requirement met there. The second thing you need is the currency. For this, it's essences. So I needed 100 common essences for this. I just know this. And that was 2% health. But we also have 2% armor, plus 4% damage, another 4%. There's also type-specific increases. Strike armor, so this decreases the amount of damage I take from strikes only, not from breakers or defensive attacks. There are actually defensive attacks, which is interesting. Yeah, defensive armor, again. Breaker damage, so that increases the amount of damage that I deal with breakers only, does not affect my strike damage at all. And yeah, you get common essences, rare essences, epic essences, and also the orange legendary essences. I actually have more legendary essences than I do epic, which is strange, but I have spent more epic, so that makes sense in a roundabout way. And those stat increases take you to the info tab. And the info tab, if you go under the warrior thing, it shows you how much this specific warrior is adding to each stat boost. My Lord Drakon leader is adding 6% to health, the team health as a total, because when you go into battle, your health bar is based on total health from all your team members, your 1 leader and 2 assists that you get to bring in. 8% to damage, 4% to breaker damage, etc., etc. The team total shows you how much everything is boosted for each character. So 24% to total team health, 24% to total damage, an extra 12% added to strike damage, and an extra 8% added to breaker damage. So pretty nice there. That's pretty self-explanatory. From here, we will go back to the main page, and for each battle you win, you also win a nifty morph box. Goes Noble, Mega, Super, and Ultra, I believe is the ladder for that. You can either wait the time limit for them to unlock, or you can spend your hard-earned power crystals, which are accrued one of two ways. Either you can buy them with currency, which I did do once, and no thank you. I spent them frivolously, and I just felt empty inside. Or you can accrue them through opening morph boxes, and there are 3 different ways that you get the morph boxes. There is the first way, like I said, you earn them for winning battles. You get the free rewards up here, which I will get another box in 1 hour and 17 minutes and some seconds. And then there's the corruption box, which takes a long time to unlock. You get one of those a day, basically, and depending on what league you are in, I'm currently in League 8, there is an amount of damage that you have to deal total. Whether you win or lose the fight, all damage goes towards filling your damage quota. Once your damage quota is filled, then you get to open the corruption box, and you get all kinds of goodies in there. I was not going to do this, but since I don't have an open one right now, I'm going to go ahead and spend the 16 power crystals to open this guy, so you can see what kind of stuff is inside. This is the kind of stuff that we win. Generally, this is the first tier, the noble box. You get power coins. Sometimes you will also get power crystals or essences, and then you get character shards, and the character shards allow you to unlock and level up different characters. I got 15 shards here for Catherine Hillard. I have more than enough shards to level up character for pretty much all of the characters at this point, but I don't have enough power coins. Those take longer to accrue, so I'll get into a little bit more about that in a moment. Shards for her, shards for Zach, and some epic shards for Lauren Sheba from Power Rangers Super Samurai. I haven't actually played with her yet, I don't think. I tend to prefer sticking with my Lord Drakon. He's my baby. I was very proud to earn him. Don't know if I said that yet, but very proud. Spent a lot of power crystals getting enough legendary shards to unlock him. Now we will go to the Alliance tab. You can go to the Alliance tab, search Alliances, and pick one. A lot of them are open, some of them are closed, and you must be invited. I opened one. I joined one that was open, and it's an okay team. One of the things, well, the 2 main things that you can do other than chat with people, which is kind of fun sometimes, is you can request shards and donate shards. So with all the extra shards that I've accrued, I can donate some to people who are looking to level up their characters, and that gives me experience points and power coins. So bam, another 34 there. If you watch the experience bar up top next to my name and the power coins, I'm going to donate 35 to Warden here, and blam, good stuff, good stuff. So that's one of the ways that you increase your character level. I'm trying to donate 35 here, it's just not going through. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to request shards for something. You have a recently requested tab. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to get the last 8 for my Green Ranger here that I don't use, but maybe I would. You know, got to get them leveled up first. I'm going to go ahead and move my face to the top for a moment. At the bottom you have the challenge tab, so it looks like win 12 battles using 3 different teams. That's a rough one because, at least for me, other people have been playing longer and working a little bit more feverishly on their teams, so I only really have one good, strong team. My other two teams are kind of little half and half. I can win, but I'm not very good with them, so I don't do very good with this kind of a challenge, because I can win with the one team, lose with the others, and it doesn't work out. Basically, you get so many, like this, you have to win 12 battles, and you have to win 12 battles, but if you lose 3, doesn't have to be consecutive. Once you've lost 3, you fail the challenge, and you can start over. The first 3 challenge attempts are free. After that, it costs power crystals. That's one of the number of things that you have to spend power crystals to do, which is why I prefer not to spend them on opening morph boxes if I can help it, but not that big of a deal either. Next you have missions, and you have daily and weekly missions. Right now I have one that this new putty on the block. To unlock the putty leader, that will take 10 days because you have to open 10 corruption morph boxes, and I really only get them once a day. So yeah, 10 days, but then hey, I get putty leader, and that'll be fun to play around with. And then weekly, I have to do 5 daily missions, and then I get to open a super morph box, and you get all kinds of coins, shards. These are the shards that are guaranteed. You will definitely get 141 rare and 40 epic, not necessarily for the same characters. That's important to remember. 26 power crystals, which is pretty nice. You get the Orbs of Eltar and the Legendary Essences. The Orbs of Eltar are the ones that you use to upgrade your attacks. Go back to here. Yes, I am on, but not 52 minutes ago I was not. Here's your store. You can spend your coins to get shards for different characters, or you can go ahead and spend power crystals on extra boxes, spend real money on power crystals, or spend power crystals on coins. It's a vicious cycle. Like I said, I have spent money on this before, and I prefer not to if I can help it, because it is a slippery slope. Very slippery. Some of the deals are pretty good, I'll be honest, but you really kind of gotta want it, and I wouldn't jump off just buying willy-nilly, especially until you've played the game for a while. You get what you learn, that what you get, what you need, that kind of thing. Obviously, also income permitting. No spending frivolously here. Alright, so now I'm going to move on to the last bit here, where I'm going to demonstrate some of that awesome fighting stuff. We'll hit the battle, we will find an opponent, and I will hopefully win. But that is not guaranteed. Even with my good team, I do lose. It's kind of a 50-50. It depends on who I'm going up against, how I'm feeling at the time, how my internet connection is, but I make no excuses. Alright, here we go. Block, do a strike. Whoop. He blocked my strike, I'll block his. I'll do a breaker, another breaker, which he counters with a strike. I counter his breaker with a strike, and then he strikes me, and it's just a fun little back and forth. I do love my breakers, though. That's one thing that Lord Drakon is really good for, is his breakers. Bam. Whoops. Strike out there. I was blocked. Ooh. I may very well lose. Ooh. Darn. I should have stopped that. That attack I can actually stop mid. Yep, I'm losing. These things tend to happen. I have the power of the Green and White Ranger combined, and I still lost. And as you win and lose, you increase and decrease in medals. The more medals you earn, you go up in League. And League offers greater rewards, new characters to unlock. If you go down below, of course, then you lose that. You don't lose the characters. That's an important distinction to make. But you do then earn less rewards from winning battles. We're going to go ahead and try again. Basically, to move, you swipe left or swipe right on the screen. That is your dash, and you pick your attacks, hopefully wisely, which is something I don't always do, but here we go. I got a good feeling about this one, fellers. Oh yeah, good feeling indeed. Whoops. Did I speak too soon? That's entirely possible. Oops. Yeah. Oh. I'm making poor decisions. Oh yeah. Yep, poor decisions. Left and right. Maybe I'm just focusing too much on talking. Yeah, that's it. And I definitely had something in my eye that time. That's how it goes. So I'm losing here, and that's not cool. But it's alright, too. I mean, it's fun either way. I love the game. Also, before I forget, there's also achievements. You can earn experience and power crystals for those. I've basically completed most of the simple ones, and what's nice too is that once you achieve them, they generally just go up to a higher level. I'm sure it stops at some point, but I haven't gotten there yet, so hooray for me. Next to the achievements, we have leaderboard, which tells you really the best of the best for global, local, and the best of the best for the previous season. Wow, there were some good fellas there. You can also watch your battles. You can watch battles from global. There's no replays available right now. That takes me back to the alliance real quick. Another thing you can do is have a friendly match with your alliance mates, and they're all saved right here. In the same place that you can find your donation requests and your alliance mates donation requests, and that's fairly fun. I feel like they should probably split that, because sometimes the donation requests will get lost in between the matches, and that kind of sucks, because you'll get a notification, then you have to go scrolling. Or if you don't notice the notification, then you just miss out on that experience and the power coins. So hopefully in the future, maybe they'll split that up somehow, 2 separate windows or something. But you could add the guild fights replays or alliance fight replays to the other replay tab right here. I think that would work. You could have my battles, alliance battles, and global. I think that might be, I don't know what you think. So yeah, that's basically the game. Up here also, here's your inventory for all the orbs of Eltar and the essences that you have. That's all that I have. I have an awful lot for leader attacker. Not so much for the attack, the primary and special attacks, but definitely for health. And all kinds of stuff for the others. Here, messages, generally from the admins, about patch notes, season rewards, new missions, things of that nature. And here we have our settings. This is basically it for settings. You get music on and off, sound effects, language. You get a redeem code. I haven't gotten any codes to redeem. Your system ones, you get support. You can watch the intro cinematic. Should we watch the intro cinematic? I'm inclined to think that we should go ahead and watch the intro cinematic. Do that last, so that way if you don't want to watch it, by all means, don't. You can always watch it on your own when you start playing, and I know you will. I know you will. You totally will, because this game is pretty fun. And I'm not paid to say that. I wish I was paid to say that, but I'm not. I said that all on my own because that's what I believe. Account link, you can link that to your Google Play account, which is what I did, or other service. You get terms of service, credits, etc. Now, for the final bit, we're going to go ahead and watch that intro cinematic. So, if you're heading out here, thanks for watching. By all means, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Should I get my stupid head out of the way? Maybe I should get my head out of the way. Probably. Yeah. So, good, bad, notes, whatever you got, I'd love to hear it. Either in the comment section, like I said, or on social media. I'm on basically all social media forums. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, etc. as Scottyverse. Find me there. Talk. Not necessarily about the game even. Just to chat. I'm into all kinds of other things too, not just games. But yes, so if you're heading out, catch you later. And if not, here we go. Rita Repulsa has come for revenge and the destruction of the Power Rangers with a plan more diabolical than anyone could have imagined. Too much, maybe? He wants to infect the Morphin grid from within, gaining the power to manipulate the legacy of the Power Rangers, blah blah blah. This is why you have been chosen to enter the Morphin grid. You must defeat Rita and her clones to purge her evil. This is a Zeo Shard. Grants you access to powerful warriors to help you defeat Rita. Travel within the grid, eliminating all corruption. Ranger legacy and life as we know it is in your hands. May the power protect you. So kind of a simple story, but it does have a story, and that's cool. I like that. That's the game. I will probably do some other gameplay videos, perhaps, with this, especially if new stuff comes out. But I just kind of wanted to go over it. This is one of the things that I've been into lately, and hopefully you'll get into it too. Maybe. Maybe we'll even see each other on. If not, we can always exchange notes, gab away, complain, what have you. And if not, well, thanks for watching, especially if you stuck around this far. So, I guess, without further ado, Scotty out. Boom. Why are we still recording? I totally hit stop. Totally did.